Thank you for listening to this clip from the Port City podcast. You are listening to just a small segment from the full-length podcast, which you can find at our Patreon in the description.
So, all right, for real, on God, just like that.
On God.
At the op, let's talk about Arrival.
So we get there.
Right, we get to Third Coast Airsoft's Operation.
If we're behind a paywall,
Iron Fury.
Can I say the thing that it was colder than?
If you say it on Patreon, yeah. Or if you say it on YouTube, just censor it.
It was colder than the heart of my ex-wife, Carol.
Yeah, there you go. Officially cussing on the family-friendly podcast.
And again, the paywall. This is why, so that you can hear
you
swears.
get one.
You get one.
No, so all right.
That's still PG-13.
I know that we're making a podcast, so we need to stick to the point. Let's pause for one tangent. We'll hit back to Arrival. We'll just restart the segment because this could be the YouTube segment. Okay.
Okay.
So you say your thing. Let me say my thing. You get one. F-bomb in a PG-13 movie. Now I'm going somewhere with this.
For the YouTube reference, I did just do a swear.
You did. So you get one F-bomb for the PG-13, right? You get one.
Yeah.
I just watched Guardians Volume 3.
It's PG-13.
It's PG-13. It has one F-bomb. It is the best placement. You know how everyone says you get one.
I know where it is.
You get one. Where would you put it?
I know where it is.
Where would you put it? They had the best one. Do you remember what it is?
I don't remember, but I know it was good.
So this is what happens. The whole movie has been worthy of dropping F-bombs.
Oh,
it is everything
the
that
whole
has
movie
happened
is amazing.
Everything that has happened to Rocket is so messed up. They could have put it anywhere. All the stuff that's happened with Quill, so messed up. They could have put it anywhere, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good spaces for it. So many opportunities. They save it for the driest. Just like, we're going to take a second to pause from the movie and hit a funny moment. That type of scene. Dude, they're trying to go save Rocket. They run out to a car, a like human car.
A Volvo or whatever.
70s or
right.
80s. Like late 70s, maybe 80s.
Yeah. This is spoilers,
It is a car door handle, and there's a button. You remember those?
Yeah.
Where it's not, you don't pull, but you put and then you press.
Push the button and then you pull. Yeah.
And you open the door. Peter Quill gets into the driver's seat. Star-Lord gets in, unlocks the car. Everyone gets in. Nebula, the blue girl, walks up to the passenger door and shaking it, cannot get it. And he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like,
"Push the button."
It is push the button. She pushes the keyhole. He goes, "I think you're pressing the keyhole." She's like, "I don't understand how this works." He's like, "Next to the handle, there's a button. Push that button." And then she grabs it and pushes and sits there. And she goes, "Now what?" He goes, "Open the effing door." And she opens it and gets in the car. That's the whole scene. They get one, and that's where they put it, dude.
I think you're pressing the keyhole. Then right next to the keyhole is a button. Push the button.
Yeah.
Now what?
Open the effing door. Dude, that is on the same level when you and I talk about you get one F-bomb in the whole Star Wars franchise. Where do you put it? And it is, "I am the effing Senate." You know what I mean?
Dude, I disagree. I think there's a better spot for it.
It could be as Darth Vader throws him in Return of the Jedi, throws him over the edge and he falls. It's just a
better yet, better than that. The scene in Star Wars Episode 2 where they are chasing the shapeshifter.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember her name. So unfortunate. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Dude,
they're chasing the shapeshifter and they lose her in the speeder, in like the convertible speeder, and Obi-Wan is like reprimanding Anakin, and Anakin's like "Yes, Obi-Wan, yes, Master," all that stuff, and then it just like jumps out of the side. Yeah. Right there, Obi-Wan just goes, "Oh!"
Yeah. That's pretty good.
That's it right there. Yeah. Oh! Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, you're right. All right, now let's get back on track.
All right.
Let's have a real podcast. Let's hit it from Arrival. Let's hit it for YouTube.
Oh, Arrival was a good movie too. I'm sorry. All right, we're done.
So we pull up to Operation
7 or 8
Third Coast Airsoft,
and we yell to the homie.
Operation Iron Fury. We did get there at 2 p.m.
No, it was a little bit after that, right? No, it was about 2. It was about 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
We get
we pull
there.
up.
Most people are there. A lot of people are already set up. We find our camp spot next to our buddies who we were there with.
We found a sick spot between like our whole crew.
Yeah,
it was like a
lot of
nice
like
little
75th
area.
Black Knights and all that. The local Black Knight faction down here. Faction sounds like a
I don't
I don't know, chapter. I think is what they say.
Yeah,
I think they say
that's
chapter.
fine.
They say chapter.
That's you know what. You get,
Anyway,
you get one.
and we basically just start getting camp set up. And that was
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Teamwork does make the dream work. It was pretty easy. A lot of really cool stuff we had this time that we didn't have on the test days.
Yeah,
dude, very honorable mention was that dang propane heater.
Shout out to my dad.
Yeah,
for
Isaac's
being like, I'm
dad.
just gonna buy this because I want one and you can use it.
Yeah, so bought a propane space heater that we had in
buddy.
the tent that just runs off of one of those like green canisters of propane they use for like a
It's
a
got an
camping stove.
adapter for a full size tank.
It's got an adapter for the full size. But
Very
we
efficient.
didn't want to put a full size propane tank in the
Next
tent
to
with
our
us that we were running overnight. So
we didn't even run it all night.
we didn't run it
ran it
overnight.
right before bed and right when we woke up. It was cold. It got down to the 20s, upper 20s while we were
Certainly
out there.
did.
We do not have a winter tent, and I know people are like, what's a winter tent? Oh, well, they don't.
Well, it
make
wasn't
winter.
like sealed.
It wasn't
up.
sealed. It was a
had
regular
netting,
tent with
yeah.
mesh netting on the whole top of it with a WeatherTech tarp over it. So there was no like retaining the heat that well. I mean, the heat sat at the top fairly decently, but like there was a breeze.
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, the WeatherTech pullover definitely helped retain that heat, especially when the
100%.
heater was running. You could stand up and it was
in
pretty,
the rain and
pretty
stuff,
warm
it
up
was
there.
pretty good. It didn't really rain on us while we were there, but we have had
Dude,
it rain on that tent.
It rained on us when
While
we
we
were
were
packing up, dude. That was so cringe.
Chrono and registration was fairly simple. I mean,
Yes.
it was in my
Well,
mind. In
for
my
you
opinion,
guys, it was.
in my opinion, it was the same as Op Lion Claw.
I got rushed through a little bit by just various circumstances and things that were happening, and I forgot to fill out a medical card and didn't have one when I went to Chrono. And I turn around to go fill out the medical card so that I can Chrono, and they've packed up the table. And so I'm just like, okay. So I had to like wake up early the next day and go Chrono at like 7
I don't know
a.m.
why we didn't think about it. I should have just handed you mine for you to walk up and just be like, "This is me." They're not gonna look at it.
Yeah, no one
Next time.
ever asked about my medical card.
I mean, you still should have one for emergencies,
yeah,
but
for
like
sure.
if they're like, "Oh, I could just hand you mine."
Yeah.
So, but I would say it worked the exact same as Lion Claw.
Yeah, definitely. They
we
needed full
have
seal
not
eye protection. They needed the medical card. They needed your patch.
Let's
got.
take a second to really break this down for
Yeah.
someone who hasn't been to a milsim. Because if you've been, you get it.
Yes.
So tell us what the medical card is, Corbin.
So the medical card is just a index card. Usually, a lot of players get custom patches made that they put on their gear. That is this, so
Which
that
we
they
need to
it is
get
it is
on
the
that.
substitute for this card, and they just run it at every milsim they go to. But it is your name and various medical medical information like your blood type, emergency
I don't even think
contact,
blood types on
blood
there.
types on a lot of them.
Oh, I didn't ask for it on mine.
Well, no, not on the like ones that
Oh,
you fill
you mean
out,
like the real
but on
ones.
the
Yeah,
patches.
yeah, yeah.
I guess I'm more so saying like the
There's
type of
certain-
information
yeah,
that can
there's
be
sort
on
of
this.
There's sort of a bare minimum.
Yeah, they
requirement.
mostly just need like, do you have any allergies, any medical
Allergies,
conditions
yeah.
we should be aware of, like asthma or anything like that.
So
and then just emergency
that
contact
has
information.
to be on your person
All
if
the time.
You step foot on that
Yep.
field.
When-
if you step into the AO, you have to have one because if you pass out,
Yeah.
if you get injured,
then
knocked out,
there needs to be something on you that they
Yeah.
can find and look at and say, okay, we'll give this person a call. This is the medical condition
that is
they have.
probably for insurance reasons.
Definitely.
That's probably for insurance reasons. It's probably not heavily enforced because it's really only for insurance reasons.
And it only really comes into play if there's an emergency.
I would recommend get the patches made.
Yeah.
On the go surplus.
We are getting the
working on
patches
getting
made.
ours ordered.
Yeah.
On the go surplus, we'll do it for I think $13. And then you can get variants of them made for like $6 a piece.
Yeah.
So it is a $13 fee for printing and design time, like design effort.
Yeah.
But then also if you just want to get them reprinted, it's like $6. So do that.
Yeah, definitely do
Because
that.
at the end of the day, if there is an emergency, don't have a piece of crap like paper that
Uh-oh.
you can't read.
Oh, farted. I
Can't
couldn't
do
hear
that.
it.
Can't do that on the podcast. But yeah,
The other thing,
so
once
so
we
medical card.
once we went through the safety briefing,
You get a patch.
You get a patch, and they require
An event
that patch for the chrono. They need to know that you went through the safety briefing.
Yep.
You show that at the chrono, and they chrono you. That also shows that you chronoed.
Yeah.
They
you get
also
a zip tie.
You get
on
a zip
your
tie.
blaster.
They also
with your
require
chrono jewel limit.
They require full seal eye protection with a retention strap.
Which means
So if you have
basically
those
just-
goggles,
yeah.
like the glasses,
like glasses, crossbows, I think. is
yeah,
what they're on.
crossbows or like just full seal glasses, there has to be some type of strap that goes around the back of your head and connects the two legs.
So if you're wearing like Valken goggles,
Yeah.
the Novrich ones, a dye mask, that is a retention strap. Is not a Wiimote strap for in case it falls off, it doesn't fly off of your person. it is just a strap. It has to wrap fully around your head.
Yeah.
It cannot rest on your ears and nose.
No.
Let's see, medical card, patch,
I think that was it.
iPro. There was a fourth item.
Oh,
Medical card, patch, iPro, and what was the fourth item? Oh, wristband, right?
that was it. Yeah.
Wristband. To show that you actually have.
That was just the
checked
registration. When
in.
you scan your ticket,
You have checked in with the
Yeah.
admin tent and
So-
let them know you have arrived.
the way it flowed,
Flewed.
the way
Yeah.
it flew was
Check in first.
we came in, set up our campsite, got our gear ready for chrono,
But as far as check
and basically just brought in. We put a
your
battery
process
in.
was probably different than mine.
What do you mean? Oh well, I know what it is
Yeah,
though.
okay, good.
We put batteries in our blasters.
They don't
All the
require
blasters that
barrel socks.
they don't require barrel socks. All
They
the
do
blasters
require-
that we were going to chrono, we got ready.
No mag
No mag in the blaster in the ready
but
area.
Keep one in your
but
pocket.
keep one with you.
when you go to chrono.
So we get all that, walk up to the main area. We hit the registration table.
Medical card first.
We do the medical card and the waiver, hit the registration table, get our ticket scanned and the wristband.
Wristbands
And then
and then we go straight from there
to the safety briefing.
Safety briefing.
The safety briefing, they give you
Patch.
a paper with the rules, the game rules on it. Then they give you a
It was
map
rules
of the
and
area.
schedule.
The map had the schedule on the back, so you could just hold the map, and you've got the flow for the day and the map of the area. So
Which
you
I
can find your
carried
way
that
around.
on my person.
Yeah,
but
we all did.
Our intel guy was so good, I didn't even end up using it.
Isaac saying that because he was our intel guy. So we get all that, go to the safety briefing, get the patch, get the intel packets,
Yeah.
and talk to our buddy
Which
Shane.
was good. Those were really high quality. They used
They
nice
did a really
paper,
good job, yeah.
nice water resistant
Yep.
gloss paper.
And then we hit chrono.
Yeah.
Chronoed all of our blasters, and they put a
They
zip
don't
tie.
chrono pistols
They did
unless
not,
they are
yeah.
CO2.
They put little zip ties on the blaster somewhere and mark the jewel limit.
through with an HPA tank, be prepared to sit in that line longer because
everybody had an
they
HPA.
tape your regulator to prevent you from tampering with it. So you do have to sit there and tune your stuff with the admin present on the chrono range and then lock it down.
Yeah.
So just be prepared for that.
We ran
They
AEG, so
do
we
a
didn't
good
really have to do
job
that.
of, I think, dispersing. So
they
the
had-
waves of people because of the safety briefing and the process, they do funnel people through fairly efficiently.
The way they had their chrono range set up was they had 2 tables that were just pure chrono, walk up, fire some BBs, get
And
your
then one
tag
table
and walk
for-
off. One table for chrono or for HPA adjustment. So there was a guy over there that had a chrono. You adjust your stuff. He chronos you,
But then you
and
have
then
to go
but then
back
you
to
have
the
to go
main
back
line.
to the line and do that chrono there. So.
It was honestly very efficient. There was a
Yeah,
lot
it
that we
was.
could learn for our events. I think we have the benefit of knowing those guys.
Yeah.
And so it was sort of
Yeah,
like a
Joe.
it was sort of like a
As
hey,
I'm walking up or getting my chrono done, Joe walks up to the table and is like, "Oh, what's going on, buddy?"
yeah. I think for us it was
That
a
wasn't
lot
my
of like
best Joe.
learning
Yeah.
processes that work. So that we're kind of geeking out about the whatever. But honestly,
So-
that was the exact same process we did at Flying Claw.
Yeah.
So